The other Teresa Earnhardt, president of Chic, proof that motorsports isn't just a good old boys club anymore. We've got here with us today Dr. Tracy Rishel, the department head of Belmont Abbey Motorsports Management Program.
That's right.
And a graduate of the program, Anna Walker, who's with the Outlaws, World of Outlaws. First, Tracy, how did you get that job? Tell us a little bit. Belmont Abbey College, for those of you who aren't familiar, it's right outside Charlotte, North Carolina. It's an old Benedictine monastery. It's the beautiful, beautiful architecture, pristine grounds, quiet, serene. The strangest place in the world that you would think you would find the world's only four-year motorsports management program. But I understand a certain icon by the name of Humpy Wheeler had a little bit to do with this.
That is correct. He was instrumental in the start of the program and bringing that about. So we're very thankful to him for that.
Well, it's the goal of this program particularly is to train those to get into motorsports management, not necessarily all the different careers that are required, particularly now with all the huge sponsorship dollars that are involved in motorsports, to have the education and the confidence and the wherewithal to package deals, manage programs. That's basically what you teach. Tell us a little bit about your curriculum.
Well, our curriculum consists of a bachelor's degree in business with a concentration in motorsports. Our students take the same business curriculum that all other business majors take. They take 4 concentration classes in motorsports business side of it, primarily marketing and some operations side of it, logistical side of it, and team management. And then our students must do 3 internships, which is what makes our program very unique and very helpful, I hope, to our students.
That's the fun part, I'm sure. And that's how you got to be where you are today with the World of Outlaws as their membership coordinator.
Yes, ma'am, that is correct. I was fortunate enough to get an internship with the World of Outlaws in the operations department, and was with them for a couple of months, and they said they needed someone to help with their membership program. So I asked to be on board, and they accepted, and that's how I got where I am today. So the internships are a very critical part of the program. Yes, ma'am.
And that's no small job. We were talking earlier about the size of the circuit, the number of events, 80-something in one division, 55 in the other. That's pretty demanding.
Yes, we go pretty much from February to November, much like the Asphalt, the Cup Series, and things like that do. And we travel all across the United States. We also go into Canada several times a year. So that always is a neat thing to do, and our drivers seem to enjoy that as well. So it's a very unique touring series.
Now, you were telling me you grew up at the tracks.
I did. My dad started taking me when I was a young girl, and I always wanted to go with him, and that's kind of how I got interested in motorsports. I knew that I always wanted to do something, and found out about the program at Belmont Abbey actually through a racing website. My dad found it, and we called up Dr. Baster and Dr. Rishel and found out about that program. So I moved from Alabama to Charlotte, North Carolina to get a degree.
So you wanted motorsports, but you knew you didn't want to be a driver necessarily, but you wanted a job within the industry.
Yes, ma'am. No, I knew I never had the talent to be a driver, but I wanted to be involved somehow behind the scenes. And was always interested in the marketing and the promotional aspect of it, and knew that being at Belmont Abbey would give me the opportunity to network, to meet people, to get these internships where I would learn as much as possible to work in the industry.
Now, you didn't grow up in motorsports. You grew up in Pennsylvania, isn't that right?
That is correct.
And you hold 3 degrees from the University of Pennsylvania?
No, Penn State.
Oh, Penn State. Oh, my God. That was a major faux pas. Sorry.
No worries.
But the degrees that you had nothing to do with motorsports, it has to do with operations management and logistics and
That is correct, yeah. Because there really hasn't been a program out there in motorsports before.
That's true.
They have been engineering and technology programs, but ours is the first 4-year degree in the business field.
So you're like a Wikipedia entry.
I guess.
But how did you learn about the opportunity, apply for this position? The competition must have been outrageous.
Well, I was very fortunate. I've taught at some other schools in North Carolina and started developing good relationships and networks with people in the industry, other academics, even in engineering and two-year schools that were working with motorsports. And we're a very, very close-knit group. And so through word of mouth, I heard about the program, and some of my colleague, Tamil, was very interested in it. So I actually approached Belmont Abbey and said, hey, I'm interested. If you need somebody, here I am.
Yeah.
And fortunately, it worked out great, and they were interested in having me come on board and run the program.
It sounds like a dream job.
It is. I love it.
I mean, the people you interact with. And what's good about it is the support of the teams.
Right.
The support of the companies like SMI, ISC, all of that. And it's not just NASCAR specific. For those of you out there, it's not NASCAR specific. Tell them about all the different series that you support.
Well, we're trying to get our students out into like dirt racing and NHRA, IHRA, Grand Am sports car racing. We have some students that are interested in motorcycles. We haven't really branched out that far yet, but I would like to pursue that in the near future as well.
Very cool, very cool. What was the hardest course for you?
The hardest course for me was probably the operational management course that Dr. Rishel taught.
That's your degree, isn't it?
She was very knowledgeable about that course, and that's something that's something that I wasn't very familiar with, and it was very interesting. But that probably gave me the hardest time. But we learned a lot and enjoyed ourselves.
And Anna was an excellent student, and you can tell how successful she's been.
Absolutely, absolutely. You represent the school well.
Thank you.
What are your goals for 2010?
Just to find out, just like everybody else, but also to stay abreast of what's going on in the industry, what the industry needs, so we can modify and adjust the curriculum appropriately so our students are more marketable and can really contribute to the industry.
About how many students do you have in the program now?
We get about 15 to 20 per year, so total we're probably up between 60 and 80.
Now you have a really cool scholarship going as well.
We do, yes. Hornets Nest Antique Auto Club has provided scholarships for our students. We're into the third year of a 5-year program, and we have 3 students per year that get a $5,000 scholarship from the Antique Auto Club.
And where can they go to learn more about that?
Well, that would be right at school. It's pretty much they have to maintain a very good grade point average, as all students should. But it also depends on meeting some of the Hornets Nest criteria. But we take care of that internally. So.
Now we've had you on our website. It seems like forever ago, but it really wasn't that long. If you'd like to learn more about Dr. Tracy Rishel's story, we were featuring also a young student who had just entered the program, Sean Berger.
And she's getting ready to graduate.
Oh my God, has it been that long?
Yes, she graduates this December.
Oh, that's a great family. Did you know Sean while you were there?
Sean was actually my intern at the World of Outlaws. She helped me out a lot, so she's a great girl. And
great
really
family. That's what racing. I'm really inspired by that. The sense of family that motorsports brings. So it's very close knit family. Well, Belmont Abbey College. What's that website?
Well, you can go to motorsportsprogram.com, and that will take you into our direct link for the program, or belmontabbeycollege.edu will take you to the school. Okay,
and if you want to read more about Dr. Tracy Rishel and the program itself, it's on www.trackchic.com. That's TRACKCHIC.com. And for those of you who'd rather call it trackchic.com, if you're from Alabama, that's okay with me too. It's no problem there. And we've got some great things on the website, including a boutique for those of you guys who haven't been Christmas shopping yet. We've got some great jewelry for your wives. Lots of fun things. So check it out. Lots of great stories of women like this and more in the industry. Thanks for joining us today. Anything else you'd like to add?
I want to thank World Racing Group for supporting our program. They've been very kind to us.
Well, it's such a thrill to meet you and to really see the program go full circle. So if you want to get involved, check it out. Belmont Abbey College Motorsports Management Program. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us on.
And Anna, it's a pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure.
Enjoy the rest of the show.